Hello, everyone. This is a quick video on working with a for loop. In this case, you're not getting an array of items as the input to the for loop. Instead, you're going to get a number. And so the number could be 1, it could be 2, it could be 10. And depending on the number that you get, you want to loop through the for loop that many times. And then within the for loop, I want to see if you can actually collect input. And so this would be one of those situations where you need to collect input a variable number of times. You don't know exactly how many. And you want the user to say, I want to give you this input. Maybe it's a survey they're filling out and they want to answer 5 questions. And you want to basically then get them into a loop and ask them 5 questions or something like that. So this is a quick agent that I built. I'll show you how it works and then I'll show you how it was built. Um, So you go in and you select a number between 1 and 5. And so let's say I select 2. And so what this is now going to do is it's going to loop twice. And what it does is it asks you for your name. So let's say I say the name is John Doe, and then it's going to ask for a description. So those are the two inputs I'm taking from this. And so description is unknown person. And then so it should loop through this again, and it should ask me for that input again. And so now it's going to come back and ask me to enter another name. For some reason, there's a little bug where it seems to show the other value, but it doesn't matter. Once you overwrite it, it'll go off. And so let's say I say Clark Kent, and then it's going to ask for another description. And then I'm going to basically say Superman. Um, and then when I click go, it's going to now take this information. And what I'm doing is showing you all the various ways we can store this. And so I'm going to go back into the agent now before we go to the output. So that was just to show you how it works in the loop. And so how I set that up is I basically asked them to enter a number between 1 and 5. So that is stored in out underscore number. That then goes into the for loop. So when you create a for loop, so in run process and you say for loop, the list to loop over a number of times to loop, this is where I'm going to pass that out underscore number, and that's how many times it's going to loop over. So if you go back here, you'll see I want to loop over out underscore number. The loop variable and the for loop index are both the same. I didn't see too much value in this, but if you for some reason want to know which is the first one, which is the second one, which is the third one, this will tell you every time it loops through, this is the index number for that, and you could use that if you wanted to. But once you do that, what I do here is just an input text. I ask for the name. They enter the name. Now, there are a few ways I'm going to do this. One is I then store the name into a variable list called list names, list underscore names. And so every time it loops through, it's going to store it in a list of names. So currently, the list variable in agent AI stores single values only. And so if I wanted to store the name, the description, and the one-liner that this is going to generate, I need to basically store it in 3 lists. So you'll see I store it in list underscore names. The next one asks for the description, store it in that list. And then the next one, I'm generating a one line based on those two inputs. I store it into a list. If you didn't want 3 lists and you want one list, the hack that I've used is I basically put the name, put double pipes, description double pipes, out one line. So you get one item with those 3 things. And at some point later in the process, if you want to pull those out, you could use the pipe to go then say, give me the name, give me the description, give me the one liner, and process it out. But once it's done, then what I'm doing is basically saying, I'm going to give you 4 lists, list them out in a friendly format, and just so that I can go see it. And so if we now go back to our output, so you can see here's the consolidated list. So John Doe, unknown person, this is the one liner, Clark Kent, Superman, one liner. So that's if I just wanted one list which has all the information. Otherwise, if I wanted the list of names, that's here, list of descriptions is here, list of one liners is over here. Hopefully you found that useful.